20 months when you walking. Back up on ice, no talking. Runs to my brain, I'm a coughing. Hot girl and me, them calling. Every day me have to give thanks. Me never have to bust me 6 pants, but mine attack with no response. Money tall like King Kong. Girl love it when the cheese starts sings. Judge me a praise all time. Everything blessed. I got a prophet's bed, what should I fear? My soul's not for sale, I will not conform. They can't stop the swarm, I'm New York strong. I represent the 5%, my word is born. The sun, moon, and stars, the universe is all. Live life, judge me a praise.
Yeah. Yo, Flo. Yo, do you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear me through the mic? I need to know y'all hear me through the mic. I need to know, do you hear me through the mic, not through the audio from the phone. Just make sure this thing and everything go right here. We get this thing going. Perry. What the Yo, okay, here we go. You hear me now? Let me know. Peace, you hear me? Yeah. Alright, so I got a little new toy right here that I'm enjoying right now because I get to do, I always wanted to do this, right? Being young, going to radio stations, I always wanted to be like I felt like I was Bobby Connors or somebody, just to be like, give thanks, live life. Peace. Now, on a serious note, I know it's early and I want to thank everybody for tuning in, because recovery is real, and I don't want people to think that, that I'm on some, everybody got to quit right now, you know what I'm saying? Because if you understand addiction, it's a process that you have to go through, right? And it's not just substance abuse disorder that we're going to be discussing, There's people right now in the world that's recovering from COVID, recovering from losses of losing loved ones, recovering from divorces, recovering from penitentiary and lifestyles and things of that. And this is y'all home. There's a lot of homes and a lot of podcasts and talk shows all around the internet, coming from the urban and hip-hop communities. But what I noticed everybody's main focus is stop the violence. But we need to take a second to think. Most of the people committing crimes is high out their mind. It makes you take risks you wouldn't normally take. So I think the prison is filled with addicts and mental health patients. Let me take that back, not patients. Yeah, that's a patient. Mental health, people with mental health disorders. Let me be correct with my language. I don't want to offend anyone. Yeah, and they need help because it's a disease, So, if any counselors, any programs that would like to assist the Rugged Road to Recovery in our outreach, anybody that would like one-on-one consultations from me as a recovery coach, it's a working process, man, and it ain't gonna be easy. So with that said, without further ado, I'd like to bring on someone who I would love to be an official the Rugged Road to Recovery correspondent. And I didn't pick, so let me get this straight. I didn't set out to do this thing going around picking people who was going to be the best for not even for the show, for the meetings, and this person has a well, first let me say Staten Island in the building. They're from Staten Island, you know what I'm saying? But I watched them in their career, I watched them become famous, and I watched them live their life, and I respect them for where they at right now. And without further ado, I'm gonna bring them in and let them introduce themselves, because you're probably already gonna know them, and let them build with you and let them tell you where they come from and everything about that. And yeah, and anybody out there that wants to share, feel free to tap in. Let's just keep it brief because we want to get everybody a chance to tell their journey. And don't worry about it. Every month we will be doing an in-person pop-up meeting. In person, that's right. The Rugged Road to Recovery, we come to your community once a month, doing pop-up meetings where we socialize and just build and be each other's strength. But there's only one rule. We will not be discussing any entertainment. I'm sure guys is talented. I'm sure guys can rap. I'm sure they want to know about Wu-Tang. I'm sure you want to know about my journey. But you will know about my journey. But, there will be times to have fun. At these things. There will be time for entertainment and arts and crafts and all this, singing, dance stuff. But we must get busy, And this is for the parents. This is for the ones 21 and over. And don't worry, teenagers. We also have the Rugged Road to Recovery Prevention. So we'll be doing that in the community near you. I gotta protect the rugged childs of the world. Because sometimes in my life I feel like I wasn't protected. All right, enough about me. Let me bring on my guest. Pardon me. Let me figure out how to do this. Can you send me a request, please? Thank you. Let me see how I find it. Where you thing at, yo? Let me find. How the heck? Oh, let me get to the bottom of the show. Yo, send me a request, yo. Where they at? Where they at? There they go. Yeah, peace to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. Yeah. Thank you for the support. Peace. Original Bad Girl, Staten Island Zone Flow. What's up? What's up?
What's up, everybody? It's bright and early in the morning. How's everybody doing?
Hey.
You can hear me good? We good?
Yeah.
All right, good. How are you? How's everybody feeling this morning? I just want to say hello and thank you for having me. It's an honor. Anything that has to do with healing people, I'm all the way in 100%, and I'm very happy to be here with you today. So with that being said, I'm looking forward to seeing what we could do for somebody. You know, helping others is the only way to get through this journey. And like Shyheim said, not only recovery from drugs, you know, because again, a lot of people are not on drugs and they need help.
Yo, bro, it's crazy, right? I could post something about punching somebody in the face. I can post a rap. I can make a joke. The minute I said, yo, we're going to be addressing recovery, it's like, yo, the lights go away. Listen, don't get it messed up. I'm not trying to be your dad. I'm not trying to be anything. I'm just trying to tell you, hey, I went down that road. Watch out, there's potholes over there. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to not listen to me and go and get a flat, you sit and wait for the tow truck. But you will get the tow truck. You will get a flat.
Shyheim, people love drama. Like, here's the thing, it's, we're not talking about the entertainment industry, but I will say one thing. I have tried many times to go on and pitch show ideas about helping other people, like even with recovery, even with that,
Yeah.
I had some things in the works with that. But people don't watch healing stuff. It ends up being on some like small time network on the corner in the sideline where it's like Ayana fix my life, you know. It's people like drama, but we have to focus on the healing because that drama is exactly why we're healing right now. This is that drama we are prone to, that we are tuned into, that we're so I need to see if Jesse's going to fight Michelle this week. Like, that drama is exactly why our children are healing right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I agree. I agree 110%. I have a long history with substance abuse that I didn't even realize I had, you know what I mean? So when I started thinking, and I remember it started when I was a little boy with my grandmother. She used to always say, "Get my drink," right? So I would see my uncles in and drinking, and it was no big deal, right?
Yeah.
But it's sort of like in my mind, I always knew one day I would take a drink or one day I would smoke a blunt because I kind of looked forward to it. You know what I'm saying? As a young kid. And then influence plays a lot of things because some people don't have a drug problem, Flo. Some people have a following problem. They have a following addiction. They're influenced easy. So if I influence you,
That was me.
yeah, yo, it's real. We out here and somebody got a good life. How does somebody with a good life and good parents that teach them morals end up in prison for the rest of their life? Because they're watching other people and emulating them. So
that's the misconception, and I want to make this very clear to all of you guys right now. We see the drug addict as your concept of a drug addict or a person who does drugs. My idea of a drug addict is not like everybody else's. It's not a person who constantly does drugs and is on the streets. A drug addict is someone like I had. You would never know I was on drugs. Here I was living in a huge house in New Jersey with my family, coming home high on perks like a fucker, and nobody knew I was on drugs because I would get them from the doctor, come home, be out. I had money, I had a car, I had a house. Nobody saw that until shit spiraled out of control and I got a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? But your idea of a drug for people. Look, man, let me just make this real freaking clear to every single one of you guys. You watch these shows like The Housewives and all that, and you see these bitches all the time. What do they say? These women, excuse me, and they all the time. What do they do? Oh my God, get me a Xanax, get me a drink, like it's normal, like it's funny, right? But it's not normal and it's not funny because I will tell you right now, your average housewife is an addict. She's popping Xanax every day. You know what I'm saying? She did. I'm gonna say this, y'all, because I talk about this a lot, and people kind of they don't like it because I'll go on my lives and I'll be like, look, if you smoke weed 24/7 all day long, you can't be without it. That's addiction. I'm just gonna make that clear to you. If you gotta wake up in the morning and roll a blunt, that's addiction. If you got to go to the store and you need to refill your wine stuff, like the world is addicted. Everybody's on something. So I want you to get that concept of an addict. A drug addict is a crackhead on the street who is homeless. That's you.
Well, that's the end result. That's the end. That's what we. That is the result, right? Because here it is, right? You had your walk, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said no one knew you, right? They all knew I was. They was giving it to me as a kid. As a kid, they passed me blunts. They gave me dust to take me off my square, so I don't focus on business. I had great opportunities, and now when I look back, those opportunities was just preparing me for this right now. So all the drugs I took, all the prison time I did, you know, everything. I thought it was to be a rapper. I really thought, I wanted to be the biggest rapper. But when I got out of prison this time, something different happened. Well, actually, I was. If anybody been in prison with me, they know I did this in prison. I was a facilitator in the prisons, you know what I'm saying? This ain't just some come home and a podcast thing. And I actually ran from it for a while, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Running from this calling. And I just couldn't take it no more. I started getting calls from my friends 3 in the morning. They're about to, just wilding out. And I'm like, I have a responsibility. So that's a part of with addiction too. When you have to grow up to do what you need to do, not what you want to do. Because sometimes I feel like, and it's your choice of drug because I'm functioning. You can give me weed, you can give me all that. I'm good. You give me some PCP, I'm off the top because that's my choice. The other things are supplements. They're all right, but they're not real. To me, you know what I mean? To somebody else, it might be like, I can take the dust thing, but the pills got me going crazy. You know what I mean?
So this is so important too because I went through like when I first started to get clean. See, like I always say, my problem, my focus was on perks, and I would take perk 30s and all that stuff, And I had family members too that would give me ecstasy pills and cocaine and shit like that, and they were adults. Like we're talking lawyers and all that.
Yeah.
And then, I started with the pills and all that, and I always would get out of control with that. But then I went through a period of my life where, I'll do a little coke at the club, drink a little bit. I was good, like nothing ever happened. But then I realized something. I had to, for me, this is for everybody's not the same. For me, I had to go completely like cold turkey with everything because I am a crazy bitch when I'm fucked up. Like I am crazy. So like if you feel like you're crazy when you're doing stuff, then you probably should just stop doing everything altogether. If you feel that way, some people smoke weed and shit on their recovery. I don't judge nobody.
Yeah. May I ask you a question? Because I don't want this to be a traditional, thing where question, answer. I want people to feel free and flow. But I do have one question. What was the breaking point when you was just like, that's it? I cannot take no more.
Mm-hmm.
I will not have control of this and let it go. See, for me, it happened in the cell when I was who I thought I was, a famous dude, who I thought I was. All these characteristics that I put in my mind that I made myself believe who I was, it got all stripped away from me. And then I was just my bones. You know what I mean? I walked out of prison with pictures and letters, no money. I didn't get the carpet. They didn't come get me with the helicopter and the limousines and the bank account and take me shopping. No, my family did. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I had to learn. That out of 100 people, 2 may show up, but that's okay because the 2 that showed up was supposed to show up. And I think everybody that ever wrote me a letter, that ever came by, whatever. And those that didn't, I appreciate you too because without you, I wouldn't be here. Thank you. I heard, isn't it true we can add people in, right? So we'll take some guests and we'll buy and let some people flow. So if you feel like you got a story to share and you want to build, just tap in, send a request. We'll tap you in.
So I'm gonna real quickly tell you guys what the breaking point was for me. It wasn't, I went to jail. I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. I went like from all the way up to all the way down. I still didn't care. For me, it was like, I want to die. I don't give a fuck about anybody else. You know, like I was on that road to kill myself. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because I felt ashamed. I was an Albanian girl born Muslim. I was shaming my family. Like they were looking at me like, what the fuck? I was all over. I had pictures every fucking week on arrested in New Jersey, arrested in Pennsylvania. I was always arrested for some shit somewhere. And it was just one night, like, you know, you are Muslim, right? You're Muslim.
Listen, I am right because I was everything. I was studying. You know, I studied.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? I would call myself a scientist. My uncle Shabal called me the big head scientist. Right. But you know, I study a little bit about everything, and what I know I am. Right, because everything else I can read and I can get knowledge of, but what my experience tells me I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, and that's it. Everything else, you know what I'm saying? I looked around the whole planet. I looked around the planet. I looked up in the sky looking for something that didn't exist outside of me all along.
Okay, so we here.
It's all inside of me. I searched the whole world looking for it outside of me. And
exactly. But see, I'm glad we're on the same page because I was born Muslim, but when I had my spiritual awakening, you could say, and literally, you know how we say, like, and after I'm done with this, I want somebody to come on in and talk to us about your experience and what you need help with, okay? But I had like what you would say a conversation with God, like, or I wouldn't say like a God. It was like a voice of the universe. It was almost like, if you don't stop, you're gonna die, and you need to be here for something. And that's when I had my awakening. And it led me to doing what I do now, which is I'm a medium. I'm highly psychic and didn't even know all this because I was so high, confusing myself and leaving myself fucking. I just wanted to like distract myself from my spiritual gifts that was given to me, that I was brought here with, you know. And I don't do no spells, no magic. I'm not that person. But I am a medium. I do connect to spirit, and I'm already feeling a lot of energy in here. But this is what led me to my true calling. I actually am grateful that I went through drug addiction. I really am, because it woke me up. I was like a little baby, still learning about life. And then I have to think today, I'm grateful, because back then I'd be like, why did I do drugs? I hate myself.
Yeah, you want to hear some funny thing, right? When you upstate, right, or whatever, or any program, you have to list the things that you did, right? So it's a long list of things, right? So I'm checking them off now. And I'm going down the line. I'm like, oh, snap. So the first thing was, have you ever had a drink? I'm like, yeah. How many times? Once, twice, 3 times? I'm like, four. Like, so I'm being honest with myself, right? But I didn't know the counselor I eat, right? Next, weed, marijuana, bingo, that's me. Mescaline tab, ooh, I did that too. Ooh, how about a mushroom? Hey, I had a mushroom too. Damn, even cold. You know, I never did everything. Like I never touched dope. I never shot up anything. You know, because my mom's died of an overdose. You know, and those drugs like crack and dope and crystal meth that scared me. And some people would throw my fave in there, and I don't mean to say like, but that's my choice, so I claim it, right? PCP, right? People say, yo, you smoke that, you crazy. But to me, that was better than weed, but it is a top tier drug. And it wasn't until after I'm checking them off, and after I'm seeing these videos of people losing their mind, I said, yo, I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? I said, yo, you know, yes. I can't say that I won't never get high. That's why it's called the rugged road to recovery, because we all on the road. Like, yo, some people go 30 years, and then, because it's a sickness, it's a disease, it's in your body. It's in your body. You ache. You can't control it. You know what I mean? Let me tell you, this is what makes people go do crimes. So we gotta attack this issue of the drugs and sobriety and mental health before we can get to the violence. Everybody just want to put the guns down, put the guns down. These kids is high, their parents is high, their parents ain't got no control of their kids, and this is what happens.
Shyheim, listen to me. I'm gonna tell you something. Here's what's funny about what you just said. You know, I really listen to people talk, and when you said that, just the other day, I went to a NA party, like a little like party, a dancing or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Some of these motherfuckers been in there for 30 years in NA, recovering in NA. They come on, all high and mighty, talking about it's the spiritual principles and the way I'm living my life and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, they're still not healed. You see what I'm saying? Drugs for some people are just a side effect to their stupidity. You know what I'm saying? Some people need to heal what's really going on, because if you haven't focused on the issue after you gotten high, you could stand in front of a crowd all day and be like, I'm on a road to recovery. Are you really healing what's fucked within you? You see what I'm saying too? Because if you don't, 30 years later, you're going to be that person at an NA meeting like this. I hate, this bitch, or sleeping with all the girls in the meetings. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you have to identify what you're trying to cover up and shield. Like for me, it was abandonment, and that sounds weird to people, right?
No, it doesn't.
Your
Everybody feels abandoned
around you, but I always felt abandoned, right? And I felt that these people abandoned the rugged child, right? So being that they abandoned that kid, I went on being that kid for too long. So now I have to come back and re-raise that kid, you know what I'm saying, and grow him up.
Listen, Shyheim, heal the child and the adult will appear, okay? I tell people all the time. And one thing I want to say before we should start tuning people in, but there was something that I for some reason, kept channeling and thinking about before I got on here. Let me just tell you guys one thing. Anybody out there who's recovering, I want you to do one thing. Okay, I read a lot of Gnostic texts. I read the Quran, the Bibles, the Buddhist way, Taoism, Samadhi, the Sanskrit. I read ancient Sumerian texts, the Book of Thoth.
That's that prison. That's that prison in you.
You know what's crazy? I didn't even start reading none of that when I was over there. I was fucking around in jail. I started learning when I got out. In jail, I was just like, that's a party for me. Like, it was a party for me. Yeah, so, but I am like a jail person because I'm home a lot alone. And let me tell you something, that is the best thing you could ever do for yourself when you strengthen yourself like that. But anyway, what I was going to say was, in every single one of those texts, these are all written by very wise people who've experienced life in many different ways, right? They've been here lifetimes, some of them. The one thing they teach you, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're going through, do not feel shame and do not feel guilt. If you can let go of the guilt and the shame of the behaviors and the things that you've done out of desperation, out of sheer desperation, because that is not you. Anyone who's ever done drugs, don't tell me, because I know I look back at the shit, I'm like, I would never do that today, ever. Like, I was wilding. Like, I would have probably walked into a bank and be like, give me all your money.
Flo, give me one of the craziest stories you ever did. I was just on my gram one time. I told her I smoked so much PCP, I thought I lost my man downstairs.
You thought you lost your what?
I thought I lost my man downstairs. I thought I lost my other head. I was so high, I thought I lost my other head.
Okay, so I'll tell you, this probably to me the craziest thing that I've ever done, because it was dangerous and I risked my life for it. I used to hang out in the Heights and shit when I used to get high, because nobody knew me out there. I could hide in corners and nobody knew who the fuck I was. I'd go to hotels and chill. I got fucked up one day. I'm smoking weed. First of all, I did PCP one day and I thought I was floating. 3 people had to carry me because I thought the floor was missing. So I was like, the floor is missing. I was like, you have to carry me. I thought I was like gonna fall in a black hole.
That's it's funny, but it's not funny. It's funny, but it's not.
It's funny, but it's funny though. It's funny, but it's not funny. But it is funny because I'm looking back at it now and I'm like, where the fuck was my mind? Anyway, so these kids that we were hanging out with, they had like all this weed in the hotel room and we're chilling. And I was so fucking high that I robbed them for probably $1.5 pounds of weed. And then I went to sell the shit to the guy they bought it from. Okay, that's the type of stuff. And
you thought you was being slick, right? And they was just watching like,
no, but they called me like, I know you did it. And I was like, yeah, I did it. But because I was so high, I was like, yeah, I did it. So what? What the fuck you gonna do? And nobody did nothing to me. But like 2 weeks later, I got jumped by like 4 people, and I think it was them. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to put myself in dumb situations, and that shit I would never do today. You feel me? It's something I would never do today. Like, sane Flo would not do stuff like that. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you, Flo. You know what I'm saying? And I hope you have the time to join me here every Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you're out in the streets and you're doing a lot of outreach work, and you know what I'm saying, and you have your
Always.
your own thing going on. Aside from me, you know, I have the song out right now, Give Thanks, me and Little Vicious. So we all got different things we're doing in our personal life, but I think it's very important that we take at least an hour to be a community and strengthen each other in the
Always.
morning time. Because it is morning, so we can start our day with a clear mind and to attack. So anybody out there, if you have anything that, you know, I can help you with, if that's reasonable, you know, and just, you know, reach out. And if I could do it, just know the rugged road to recovery.
Yeah, just don't ask for money. Don't listen. Y'all gotta stop.
Yeah. No studio
Keep doing
time, no beats, no. You don't want to talk to ghosts and all this. Like it's about you. You know what I'm saying? It's about your family, because we have to start in our households first. And once we start in our households, then we can go outside and do the work in the community. You know,
Does anybody want to get on the live now and talk?
Yeah, there's a couple
got 5
people.
minutes to share?
Yeah. Everybody take 5 minutes. You know, we're gonna be on for a while. We still got about another 25 minutes or so we can take a few people. I had seen Zaza in there. Zaza, send a request, bro. I see there's a bunch of people, a couple of people.
We got a lot of people from my team. The Angel Squad is up in here. What's up, Angel Squad?
Oh yeah, the Angel Squad. Peace to the Angel Squad. Now the Angel Squad.
These are my angels in training, man. These are my angels in training. I'm training angels. You feel me?
Yeah. Somebody said I'm blocked. Oh, I don't know. I'll try to fix it. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
You know, sometimes with this computer stuff, sometimes I do things and I press certain buttons that I don't realize I'm pressing. So bear with me. You know, I've only been out 23 months with all these new gadgets and all these things. You know what I'm saying? So just take your time. It's nothing personal. I didn't mean to offend anybody by blocking anybody. That's not what I'm here for. I'm actually here an open door for everybody. So ain't nobody my enemies. I don't have enemies. I'll leave that, you know, to the universe to handle that business for me. But, you know, let's say somebody send a request. Let me get you in. Yeah, Flo wanna go. Who's that? Wanna go live? None. Who's that?
Let me see how I can you want to come on and talk about your recovery? No, let them request it. I think they let them request it, and we'll add them in.
Oh, they gotta request it.
Yeah. Or you could.
You know what I gotta do too? I just seen a button. I can add you as a moderator or something like that, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I read that. That's somebody that can help you. So what I have to do? I have to hit. I gotta find your page again.
I don't know. Did she request it at all? Pastor D sent a request. Pastor D sent.
Where's the request at? Oh, here you go. What I do? I guess I hit add as a moderator then, huh?
For me, yes.
But no, it's not even allowing me to add them. It just tells me to add them as a moderator.
Wait, hold on.
So wait, I'll go to your page. Let me go to your page first.
Yeah.
I gotta find this.
Where's your thing?
This is what.
Hold on.
I'm just trying to find it. Just send a message so I can tap on it, Flo, so I can see it, I guess.
I got you, right here.
So I can just say something. Sorry, y'all, with all this slow stuff. I'm a little slow.
Nah, it's all right. It's all right. We got it. They patient. There we go. Oh, no, that's not. What the fuck? Why is my shit not coming on?
Oh, I see this thing. Oh, here go all the requested joins. Wow. Yay, I discovered something. I discovered America.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
And you're not Columbus, because he didn't discover America. So y'all motherfuckers wake up. All right, that's me right there.
Yeah. Who was the first person that said it? Because it's a bunch of people here. I don't want to leave nobody out.
None. Yeah.
Okay, so shout out to the Real D Bulls. We're gonna get you in here.
5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. 5 minutes so we can get a lot of people on, you know?
Clayton 328, you in the building. None. Pastor D in the building. Oh, we're gonna get everybody. This is gonna be a great build. So up right now. Yeah, I think I did it right.
Let's see. It goes like, it'll be like, do, and it'll show the person's getting on. Are you guys getting on or what? What's going on here?
I just did that. I don't know, but this is my man, right? What happened? I accepted her. Oh, let me go back there again, hit it again. Boom. Where is she at? All right, here you go. Accept.
All right, pay attention to the request, guys, because we're going to start adding people in. You got to accept.
Yeah, I just accepted it.
They got they gotta accept it too. Like they gotta accept it.
Oh, so they gotta know what they do. They got me out here bugging like it's me.
Yo, yeah, you guys, what's going on? Are we frozen? Because I don't see the comments going on.
Now I see the comments, but I hit accept to the none.
Yeah.
She's unable to join. It says she's unable to join for whatever reason.
So go to the next person. Go to the next person then.
Yes, sir.
It's
somebody else. There we go. Peace to the God. Peace to the God.
Peace to the God always, man.
How you doing, G?
I'm all right, man. Blessed this morning. That's getting up. You feel me?
First and foremost, I want to say thank you, right? I want to say thank you because you somebody that I watched growing up as a kid. You know what I'm saying? And I look up to you, you know what I'm saying, in a lot of many different ways, maybe that you don't know. But aside from all of that, aside from everything, you know, you watched me grow as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So I would say you know me, right? And one thing I respect about you, and I'm going to be honest, in life, if you got to ask somebody to do something that know your situation, they don't want to do it. And that's what I love about you. I didn't have to come looking for you. I didn't have to do anything. You knew my situation. You see me coming out of that prison, and you could relate to me, and you was there for me. You know what I'm saying? You, Lavish Designs, Gano Grills, Brazen Beauty. Like, those are people that I did, and I'm forever appreciative to you and everybody else that's like that. So, introducing Knowledge Build, the God, the great God who brightens on Staten Island legend. Peace, God.
Thank you. Peace. What's the signs, G?
The floor is yours, G.
Oh, the floor is
5
yours.
minutes
Nah,
to share
you know,
story, G.
I was listening to y'all bill, right? And I got a real different outlet on a real different outlook on why people become addicted to drugs.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
What gave you that experience to get that different opinion on that?
You know, like going through what I was going through, you know, even, you know, selling drugs, that's an addiction. You feel me?
Ooh.
Money is an addiction. You feel me? The dealer is no better than the user.
Ooh.
They coincide as one. You feel me? But my thing, as far as I feel like oppression does that. You know, when a person is oppressed their whole life and their mindset is not stable,
yeah.
so they're thinking if they use the drug, it'll put them on how can I say?
A pedestal.
Exactly. You hit it right on the head. So if they use the drug, it gives them a better self-esteem about themselves.
The courage, right? We saw about that earlier. The courage to go out and do something that you wouldn't normally do in your right state of mind.
Exactly. So that's what I get from that, man. I feel like the oppression is more than anything. Being oppressed your whole life, man, you would do shit that, you know, a normal person that's not oppressed wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Like I was looking at something on Instagram the other day. They had this European lady asking a bunch of Europeans, would you like to live the life of a black person? If so, stand up. Ain't there a person stand up? Not one. You feel me? So that tells you right there that we're in a fucked up situation. You feel me? And like I always tell people, you see the young lady right here, right? You see your skin complexion, right?
Yeah.
But she's of original she's from the original nation, G.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. Addiction, now, you could be orange.
Yeah, it don't matter.
It don't discriminate.
Yeah.
It don't discriminate.
You know when I knew that I transformed, right? I was a facilitator for these programs, ART, ASAP, and things like that up in the penitentiary, right? And at first I was biased. There'd be a guy that may have a messed up charge. And I had to learn how to look at him outside of what the messed up charge was, because it's not about what he did, it's about his recovery. And that's the first thing at first. So sometimes you got to put away a person's color. You can't be biased to their color. You can't be biased to their sexual orientation. You can't be biased with their past life. It's like the church recovery. You got to accept everybody, because everybody has addictions. So nobody's addiction is better than somebody else's.
But he's right, and I understand exactly what he's saying. Here. So I'm gonna tell you why this is important, because I do read up on a lot about like ancient Egyptian stuff and all that, and I always say on my lives and stuff, I'm like, let me explain something to you. The most oppressed people were the most powerful people on this earth. And I'll tell everybody over and over again, the first king, the wealthiest king in the world known to man, was a black man, right? He was from Somalia. And nobody knows that. And people don't know that. They see this, that from what they're looking at the media. But if you're oppressed, this is my shit right here. Empowering those people who cannot see past what has been written for them. What has been written for you is not for you. You have to see past, like, you have to get that product of your environment mentality out of your head right now, because that oppression leads to, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I'll never get out of these projects, I'll never get off food stamps, I'll never be better than this white man over here. But let me tell you something, that white man is no better than you, because that white man, and I'm not saying white people, like, I'm just saying the oppression that's happened has a lot to do with the state of mentality. That's how they control the masses. That's how they build slaves, by telling them, you're not worthy, you're not good enough, you have to do what we tell you to do because we're better than you. And this is where the problem lies. People are still built on that concept of racism and hate and all that. I don't get it, but that's the world. That's the world we live in, and you gotta not judge. You know what I'm saying? Judgment is a very, very hard thing to deal with, because when you get judged, it can lead you to doing stupid things.
And yes,
Thank you, bro.
sister, I want to honor you with that wisdom you just shared. You one of the first people that I know to share wisdom like that, to
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
the truth, to speak the truth,
and,
and I
and, and
applaud
that's
you for that.
and and Flo is one of the realest, and that's why she's on this. That's why she's here, because, like, not for nothing, I know for a fact this is not a front with her. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have somebody out here giving the experience that don't know the walk, that haven't been in the walk, that
Listen,
haven't
guys,
been to sleep 5 in the morning when it's late out. You ain't got no business in these streets. You know what I'm saying? I think we can add somebody in on this. I think like I had a couple of people. I'm sure. So let's get somebody else in here. And yeah, we still in here. Hold on 1 second. Okay.
you gotta do your
What they
research.
said, we allowed what, 5, right?
Yeah. I'm my comments are not moving. I don't know why, but I guess maybe it's just because people are in the room.
Right. Yeah, I just sent a request for somebody.
There we go.
Pastor D, what's going on?
Blessings,
D.
blessings, grace and
How you
peace. How
doing?
we doing, guys?
Peace.
How are you?
Road to recovery. Everybody introduce yourself. This is Flo. This is
Peace.
Shyheim.
Knowledge Bell.
Knowledge Bill, please. Yeah, that's his Instagram handle, but that's Knowledge Bill, and that's Flo, and I'm Rugged, and this is the Rugged Road to Recovery. Peace. How you doing, Pastor D?
I'm blessed, brother. I'm blessed. First off, man, what a great way to start the day, right? Phenomenal way to start the day, because you can take people from different colors, different backgrounds, different lifestyles, and put them together. And the one thing is that we're chasing recovery, which is hope. So it doesn't matter. That's all that
Yes.
matters. So I was listening. I'm driving in and I'm listening to Flo, right? And Flo, you hit something on the head, and this is my story. I was an addict long before I ever touched a drug, right? I was chasing it because I was chasing acceptance. I was trying to be somebody that I'm not. I was trying to hang with people that I wasn't.
Yep.
I was trying to hook up with drug dealers that were like, no, brother, we're trying to get to where you're at. But I wanted acceptance, and so I was an addict. I was craving something and chasing something long before I ever touched a drug or a drink or whatever. And here's the definition of addiction. Your life has become unmanageable. Simple. Your life has become unmanageable. If you can't, like you said, if I wake up and I can't function before I roll a blunt, that's unmanageable. And so if that's the definition of addiction, then the definition of recovery is learning to manage every area of your life, not just your drugs or your triggers. What about our mental health, our mental state, our emotional state, our friendships, our relationships, our time, our money, our budgeting? If we're really going to manage every area of our life, it requires us to work on ourselves and little things. And so it's so funny because I was blessed to sit with Rugged this weekend, and I sat to encourage him. You know, I'm the pastor, I'm going to encourage him. And he made a statement in just conversation. He said, because I know my worth. And that simple statement for 2 days, man, I was eating it. And it changed the business deal because I sat at this meeting with some people and I was like, you know what? I know my worth, man. I ain't doing this. And I walked away from the table and called him and said, brother, I walked away from the table because I know my worth. That's recovery. Learning to manage your perspective, learning to manage every area of your life. And so, you know, for that, and that's why 8 o'clock on a Wednesday morning to get on and talk and listen to each other, because it's not even just all about talking. It's about listening too, man, getting on and hearing
Exactly.
what you have to say,
Oh,
not dismissing
100%,
because different
100%.
color, different background, different religion. No, man, recovery, if addiction knows no boundaries, then nor does recovery. And so I appreciate you guys, man, and I'm blessed just to hear this and be on this.
Yeah, like
Thank you,
the
Pastor
brother,
D.
the brother
Oh, hold on.
Shyheim.
1 second, real quick, bro. Let me just holler at Pastor D. And I want to say thank you and the family house and you know what I'm saying, and your ministries and you know and all the things for me to come talk to the prisoners of you know of your area. And thank you for all the assistance that you guys is gonna help with the Brother Road to Recovery. Any
And let
other
me know if
programs
you
that
need my
want to
help
connect?
too.
Yeah, any other people that want to connect and be a part of it, you're more than welcome. Once every month, we will be doing pop-up meetings. So we will have live in-person meetings. So these Instagram meetings will be for Instagram. And then once a month, we all will, you know, everyone's welcome to come out and meet. We're not going to be getting drunk or nothing now, but we, you know, we can still have a good time, hear some music, have some artists perform and, you know, drink some coffee and tea and, you know, all the good stuff, you know.
In the South, they say crunk. We might not get drunk, but they get crunk. That's what we call it. We get turned up.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, coffee,
Yes,
tea,
sir.
and me.
Oh,
What
you
else
know,
you
let me
need,
tell
man?
you. Look, learning to have fun without drugs is one of the hardest things you're ever going to learn to do when you're getting clean. Because when you go to a club, what do you hear people say? I need to get a few drinks before I start dancing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to like be high when they're social. Learning to be sober and in environments where nobody's sober, nobody, no matter where you go, somebody's doing something somewhere in the corner. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So learning to have fun and to enjoy life without drugs is one of the hardest things you're gonna have to work through once you get clean. I promise you that's gonna be the hardest thing because for me, I was in the house a lot, just like scared to go out. If I go out, somebody's gonna give me some, and I'm gonna, you know, I had to get past that fear because I had no life for like 2 years. But let me tell you, that hermit mode, that sitting within, that reading, that learning,
That
that doing,
cocoon. It's a cocoon.
yo, and staying. Let me tell you another thing. I want to say, staying out of relationships until you feel like you're healed, like you're. Give yourself a year or two. I'm telling you, because a relationship was the way I relapsed the first time that I relapsed. A
Too
relationship.
much pressure, right?
I met somebody. Oh my God, I'm in love. What were we doing? We were getting high in a hotel the next weekend. A relationship will fuck your life up. You know that dickmatized shit is real. So y'all bitches and y'all dudes better get it together and don't be in relationships just for a little while until you get to know yourself and then go get to know somebody else. Okay?
Hey, Flo, let me ask you a question, right? You said that you had to learn to have fun, but the old fun we was having, let's be honest, it
That
cost us a
wasn't
lot of
fun.
money. We didn't we woke up not even remember what we did. We had criminal record. We woke up in jail. That wasn't fun. Now we doing stuff that we're expanding our mind. We're elevating to a higher level of fun.
All the
And
time.
yet, man, we're having such a great time. Things we would have never thought, right? I'll say this before I shut up. My wife for Valentine's Day booked a paint, like where we went to go paint a picture. And I was like, who the heck wants to go paint? Like, how stupid of an idea is this to go paint? But it's my wife, and, you know, I'm married up, and so I'm going to do what my wife said. And so we went, and I had such a great time. I'm actually going to take the recovery house over there. I'm going to take my guys. Why? Because it's something to do we would have never thought to do. Snow tubing, zip line, and all of these little stupid things, man. We're in the Poconos. But I remember I have pictures. I'm waking up. My kids are blessed. It's a different kind of fun, but it's real fun because it's not costing us our lives.
Yeah. So,
Hold on,
like, guys,
real quick, not to stop out, Bill, because
I
we're
know
getting
that.
and there's people getting a little. I don't know if they're getting annoyed, but listen, this is a discussion, right? We're gonna get everybody in. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's journey is more important than the next person. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I
Okay.
think we can get one more person in on this. I believe they said 5, right? So they are. We're gonna just take another call and bring them in. You know what I'm saying? Because we got another, what, 10, 15 minutes maybe?
Rugged, I'm going to log off so I free the space. I'm going to stay on the live, but I'll log off
Well,
so you put
Pastor
somebody
D,
in.
we kind of need both of you guys here. We need everybody's perspective again because
Okay.
that's isometric. You know what isometric is? Isometric
Absolutely.
is one
Perspective.
vision with
Perspective.
3 different perspectives. So it's 120 perspective. Is one image, 120 degrees of separation upon each at a 90-degree angle at each degree. So that all comes to a full circle of 360. And that's where isometric concept is 360. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Oh, you're talking about
Right, hold on. Let me stop
figures.
because I scared some people off and they might.
Pastor D, where you located at?
New Jersey, brother. New Jersey.
New Jersey? All right. New Jersey too, right?
Absolutely.
I'm in upstate New York, so.
All right, that's a blessing.
Who is this? All right, we're gonna go. Let's go, my man. I think I got somebody. I think so. I don't know. I'm kind of new to this, but we're gonna be up and running. Like by our first pop up, it's gonna be lit. Because I'll be able more sufficient with these gadgets.
You guys are both pastors down there?
Nah.
Okay.
Oh, I think that might be it. 4, huh?
Yeah, it
it's
says
four.
somebody said you can only add 4. I'm reading the comments like somebody said they need help. Just going back, somebody put in the comment they need help. It's already 8 a.m. and they're already drinking. So if somebody wants to address that.
And they drinking at 8. Where they at? Who's that?
It was one of the names earlier. They said it's 8 a.m. and I'm already drinking.
At 8 a.m. drinking right now, tap in. Let us talk to you for a minute. Gotta find you. Who's that?
I would say I'm pretty happy with the experience that I got.
Somebody else said, do we help people in New Jersey? Listen, I don't care where you're at. You need help, drop where you're at. Whatever state you're at, drop where you're at. If we can't help, we'll find you help. Drop it.
Yeah, worldwide.
I'm looking for a person. All right, so somebody, if it's only 4, somebody got to drop off so we can get.
Let me drop off, brother, so you can get somebody in. Let me drop off so somebody else can log in and I'll just stay watching.
Yes, thank you, Pastor D. And at the end, we will give out all the information to your outreach program and everything, the people in your area that can get the help they need. And yeah, let's get this going. Tell a friend and tell a friend.
And if you need help, I'm here. Hit me up, okay? All right.
Yes,
Peace, brother. Peace, Pastor D.
Okay, yes. Oh, right. Hold on. Now get the next person. Did we find that person that was drinking? Mental health too. Mental health counselors. We need some of you guys. I know y'all in here. You know what I'm saying? And if not, tag them. Tag them. Tag your local daytop. Tag your local, outreach programs. Tell them get with the Rugged Road to Recovery. Okay.
Okay, you have to get me back in because my thing is acting up.
Okay. Let's flow. All right, boom. She got it. Yo, Flo, send another request so I can see it. Put that person in. Or just tag somebody until Flo comes back. Yeah, I guess it's the service.
Yeah, God, positive education, always correct errors, man. Like I said, yes. I believe in you, man. Whatever you're doing is going to prosper because you helping one. You know what I mean?
Yes. Okay, here go Flo. I got you back in there, Flo. You should be in any second. Yeah. But yeah, thank everybody for tuning in and everything. Appreciate you guys, man. I trust me, I need you more than you know.
Hi, Bree.
Okay, now the next one. Did we find that person that was that was needing help right now?
I didn't see it because my comments weren't going on. That's why I came back in. But yeah, this will happen. Everyone.
I think I just found somebody else. Maybe they know too, man.
Come on, let's do this.
Yes. Well,
whoever needs help,
okay,
get on the line. Get on the line.
What's up, brother? Hey, you on deck, brother? What's up? What's up?
Yo.
Peace.
What's up?
Welcome to the Rugged Road to Recovery. Thank you for tuning in, my brother. Peace.
All the way from London.
Oh, London, UK. Oh, Rugged
Yeah.
Road to
UK.
Recovery. Cross
UK,
boundaries. We
UK.
out overseas now.
Of
Yes,
course,
yes,
come on,
yes.
come on,
First
Shyheim.
aid, get it overseas. Yes.
Come on, you're a legend out here, man. Just want to tell you that at the end of the day, I watched you growing up here, and like you just done amazing. You was an actor, you was in the videos, you were just doing all these things. You were affiliated with the Wu-Tang, and you weren't manufactured like those other young boys looking all cute and that. You know what I mean? It was quite relatable. You know what I mean? You had this sort of man presence about you, hanging around with the adults, and it was so inspirational to see that, especially as a young black male that I could relate to. Do you know what I mean? So I've always wanted to like aspire to be in your like sort of position, like because I was always into like entertainment and music, like acting, like music. You know what I mean? All those type of things. So like, I just want to salute you, even and obviously you've had a rough road, but still you're in this position now, trying to show positivity yet again to the people like watching you coming up. So whatever mistakes you've made in your past, whatever, it doesn't even matter because we're in a position now where we're still always progressing. Life's a journey at the end of the day, you know what I mean? And we've made impacts in people's lives, whether we know it or not, you know what I mean? But we're still always reflecting on ourselves and trying to correct ourselves in the best way we can, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. Do you
So I just want to salute you for that, first and foremost.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. It means a lot. It means a lot more than you probably could imagine, you know.
Because I don't think, you know what it is? I don't think you get the respect you deserve. I don't know, maybe because it's a case where in social media, internet, and everything's just so happening fast. But sometimes I take a look at these, like sometimes these people that had platforms, they've done amazing. They don't have to be like the Biggies or the Puff Daddies or whatnot. They've done little things like you said, you was an actor, rapper, Wu-Tang in the TLC video. You know what I mean? As a young man as well. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, those are all great things, right? You know, those are all great things to be proud of. You know, but my new mission is to help somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm here to break a generational curse.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
And this one thing, like that
My
platform.
grandmother was an alcoholic.
I'll call it.
Huh?
So say that again. Sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
I said I'm breaking generational curse, right?
Yeah.
Generations. What I mean by that, like my grandmother, she had a drinking disorder, you know what I mean, and she ultimately passed with cirrhosis of the liver. You know, my mom overdosed from heroin. My aunts died from shooting up needles and that. You know, so you know now it's me. I had my own struggles, and I'm like, it stops now. It stops now. Like, yo, that's just my calling. That's my purpose. That's what I feel that everything for me was leading to this, because every time that I did something, a great album, a great movie, right? Real life never allowed me to be a celebrity, because for every good thing that happened, reality smacked me with reality. So I was always keeping my foot grounded. Like, don't get me wrong, there was times being a kid's gonna be a kid. You learn your way of growing up. But for the most part, you know, that's what it's about, helping people, man. And thank you for tuning in. Spread the word in London, man. We appreciate it, man. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Feel free to tap in, and we'll get the necessary help.
Brother in the chat as well, yeah? Obviously, I went straight to Shyheim Ledger, but respect to the other brother in the chat. Enough love to you as well, brother, yeah?
I respect.
Pardon my, what's it called, impoliteness. I just went straight to respect to everyone. Yeah? But another thing, I've also worked with people with mental health. So that's that was my professional background. I've left that job in like November. I'm a housing manager now, so dealing with properties and houses, basically helping the homeless to get housing.
And what we gotta, pardon me for cutting off your wisdom, brother, but what we gotta do, we gotta get Shyheim out there to the UK, because there's a lot of people, like I said, he inspired a lot of people growing up. He like gave you some type of hope that you could do what he's doing.
Well, yeah, of course.
You see yourself in him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we definitely gotta get him out there to the UK, man.
And you said you put the nail in the coffin. That's exactly how the story. It's like, wow, Shyheim, like he's like one of us. He's movies, acting. You know, it wasn't like all glossy, prettied up. It was just like real rugged.
Yeah,
and
you could relate to.
He was himself. He was himself. And
Well,
for the
this we're
fact
gonna do,
that,
brother. With all due respect, right? We don't want to make this into about Shyheim,
Yeah, no, no.
rap, and all
sure,
that.
sure, sure,
Thank you,
sure.
thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate all that. But
yeah.
somebody's out there sick right now that we need to, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? We need to
that's what we
get,
gotta focus on too.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we
Okay.
need to get there.
So
Thank you, bro.
my input to this is, like I said, I've worked with people with mental health, and all I want to contribute to say this is like, it's a slow process. Take small steps. Set yourself small, tiny goals. Try not to make over ambitious goals, and keep to these routines little by little. Like with me, I'm not someone that suffers with mental health, but I'm all about personal development. I started just doing 10 press ups a day. 10 press ups a day. Whether I do it in the morning, whether I do it at night, I want to know every day I've done it. And when you do stuff like that, other things will kick in and you start to see changes in your life. Then you'll be able to set yourself other little targets and this, that, and the other. So you start to believe in yourself more,
Okay.
self-confident.
All right. All right. Listen. That's great advice. But as somebody who struggled with mental illness myself, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, depression, ADHD, multiple personality disorder. One thing people don't talk about, and I'm gonna put you on right now.
Yeah.
My documentary is called "You're Not Crazy, You're Gifted," and I'm gonna tell you something right now. A lot of people are not recognizing that they are a spirit in a body having a human experience. And so what that is doing, it is fucking their mind up, and they're sitting here thinking, I'm just a little human and I'm here to be a little human, but forgetting that they are all powerful and connected to the divine. And that is one of the steps that helped me go from mentally ill to spiritually gifted. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? Because a lot of people are sitting out here really just a human going to work, doing what they're told, sir, yes, sir. But nobody's recognizing that these things that they call mental illness, do not forget Big Pharma is out here trillions of dollars, okay? You see it happening with COVID right now. Trillions of dollars are being spent to tell you that you're shit and you're nothing. You're nobody. You need to rely on us. We are the all-powerful. We have the secrets, right? You got your world orders and stuff like that. And I'm not going to get too far into it, but you know what I'm talking about. You know, the 1% holds this power. And what that power is, the secret, is that they know they're divine beings connected to divine spiritual beings, ascended masters, angels, spirit guides, God, all of that. And that is their tool. Once you can stop thinking you're crazy and start realizing you are a gifted human soul, come here to complete a mission. Once you see that in yourself, that you are a powerful being, you're not a human being only. You are connected to energies that I can't even begin to describe to somebody who doesn't understand this type of lifestyle. I went from, oh, I got to take this medication to, what do you do, guys? Let me tell you something. Drug addiction and mental illness go very well together, because when a person thinks they're crazy, they don't know how to handle it, and so they turn to a drug. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. Once you start to recognize your power, when you go to that psychiatrist and they tell you, well, you need Adderall, you need this depression medication, you need this and you need that. Let me just tell you something. Once you get woke, once you wake the fuck up, you're gonna realize you don't need none of that shit. What you need is God, meditation, and self-love. That's it. Those are the key answers to everything. Okay?
Peace.
Now,
Yo, brother, thank you for calling in from London.
Yes, thank you for UK. We love you. We love you.
Let me get one more person. Hey, every Wednesday, brother, please join us.
Every Wednesday,
Hey, listen, and we're gonna be doing pop-ups every once a month. So hey, if you get on a flight and come to the US, man, we got a spot for you in the Rugged Road to Recovery House, man. This is beautiful. We're gonna have a whole house. Come chill. It's gonna be beautiful, man. So anybody's welcome to come out at the pop-up meetings, man. Word up. Thank you for tuning in, my brother.
Enough love. Respect everyone in the chat, bro. Yeah, please.
Yes, sir.
How do I get out of this?
I think it just ain't good. I don't know. I'm new to it too, brother.
Hold on. You gotta, there's an X either on the top right corner of your thing. There you go.
Okay, there you go. There we got somebody right here. Let's see who this is. We get one more person in, man. I think it's probably because I need to go a little longer. I don't know. An hour when you're talking real things go by kind of quick. Peace. How you doing, my brother? Welcome to the Rugged Road to Recovery.
Peace, man.
With my moderator, Flo. Knowledge build.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace, peace. I'm from South Africa, Johannesburg.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
Yes,
listen,
motherland.
Africa and London in
yeah,
one
You
day.
yeah,
made
yeah,
it,
yeah.
huh?
Progress, yes.
And
So like, my problem, it actually started when I was like still a teenager, you know, early high school. I was popping yams, blazing trees. And then I actually realized that it got to a point whereby I was spiraling out of control. It made me more selfish, you know, and I realized that was wrong because I was hurting the people around me, you know, and even though they wouldn't say much, but it's something that no one ever spoke about. I was thinking maybe they could be in denial about it or anything, but I don't know. So that's when I just realized like I had to stop. But it wasn't that long ago. It was probably last year, cause I told myself for this year like I don't want to go back. How am I gonna be doing things more differently this year compared to the other years on how I was like abusing substances and stuff. So like, nah, it's a no go for me anymore.
Thank you.
And
I'm so
regarding
proud of
the
you, man.
alcohol part, okay. I don't know, cause you know here in South Africa we like have this tradition that you're not actually South African if you don't drink alcohol, you know, like everybody's drinking, you know, to them it's like all fun and stuff, you know, but I'm not really someone who's like into it, but it was really hard letting go, but I realized I had to because things are gonna get more worse than they were.
Yes. Well,
what do
thank
they
you.
what is the main thing in South Africa? Like what is their, because I saw something on their drug of choice right now that kids are like huffing or something like that. They're huffing something or they're
Yeah, it's crystal meth.
crystal meth. Oh
Yes.
wow, okay.
Yeah, it's killing the youth this side. It's like really bad.
And they
I
just
mean,
Like,
I
yeah.
deal with
mean,
one
every,
of the worst drugs they could deal with, man, over there. One of the
every
worst.
Yeah.
everybody needs to realize too, do not ever mistake this. I got to be the one to enlighten the people and let you know that
Yeah.
everything, every single drug, alcohol, all this is trafficked into our countries by our own government. So do not deny it. So when
Yeah,
you,
true,
let me
true.
tell you, when you're taking a drug, when you're doing drugs, you got, the way I started thinking about it was I realized so many Albanian people were like running for the mob over here,
Yeah.
and they kept, and I'm me doing one bag of coke, I'm killing an Albanian family right there. So I started thinking of it that
Yeah.
way and recognizing that hello, they put heroin in soldiers' dead bodies to traffic it to the United States, and this is done by our government. So these people are going to war.
Oh, I read about that from World War II. Yeah.
Right. So this is a big
Yeah.
for me. When you're a person like me, and a lot of
Mhm.
you guys are like that. If you're on the road to recovery,
Yeah.
one of the best things that helped me stop fucking with drugs is when I think about all of the lives that are lost in it, all the children that are dying with it,
Okay.
the sex trafficking involved with the drug trafficking, and also I don't support my government, so I'm not going to do anything that comes from the government. And
Yeah.
drugs come
Oh,
from
Peter,
the
right?
government.
You
Okay.
ain't helpful either, right?
That's awesome. For me, if someone would maybe wanna like just quit, cause it's something I've done before, but then eventually I would relapse. I'll just say like just block it out of your mind. Don't think about it completely. Stay productive.
Yes.
You know, keep yourself busy with what you're passionate about and what you like. You know, sometimes then I have like those cravings. I'll just say, oh, you know what, let me get an energy drink or something. You know,
And you know,
but
that's
I just
important.
realized the key is like not thinking about it. Yeah,
Staying away from people that are toxic is
yeah,
very
toxic
important.
people. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
And
Those
not
are the
just,
triggers, right?
yeah, and not just drug toxic. Look, some of us got to run far away from our families because they're very toxic for us.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? One of my biggest triggers
True.
to get high was I know in South Africa you guys are a lot like Albanian people. You grow up very strict. Your family telling you get married now
Yeah,
at this
yeah,
time, get married because you have to,
yeah.
and that could put a lot of pressure on us. And so let me tell you, if
True.
your family is toxic and they're putting pressure on you, you have to separate yourself. And if you can't separate yourself physically due to financial purposes and reasons, for instance, like
Yeah,
you broke right now, you're trying to get your shit together, you got to live with your family.
yeah.
You
True,
got to
true.
separate
Yeah, yeah.
yourself mentally, get up, go to meetings, do whatever you
Mm.
got to do. Just don't stay home and think about drugs. That's it. You know?
Yeah, true. And also, like toxic people, they might approach you like maybe, you know, they have good intentions and stuff. It was like what Shyheim was saying, that they would be like passing him blunts and saying that, yo man, you know, do this and stuff,
Yeah.
like, but the thing, they'll be out to get you. They want to take you out of your square, you
That's the
know.
devil. That's the
I was
devil.
going through
God.
something. Yeah, true, true.
Yo,
Yeah,
sorry that
yeah.
I've been out for a minute. My shirt was real sweaty, so I had to go get on a rugged road for recovery shirt. Shameless plug. I'm only kidding. Right, but yeah, but look, thank you from South Africa, man, and I'm grateful and thankful for the internet because
Right.
you my brother. You know what I'm saying? And I would like to keep in contact with you. I would like to maybe come there one day. And you come here one day so we can bridge the gap because we're one and people will have us thinking that
Yeah,
we're
that'd be cool.
separated.
Yeah.
And yo, thank you for tuning in, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, man.
All right, thank you.
Thank
All right, all right.
you.
Over there.
Love. Much
Appreciate
love
you,
from
man.
us. Love
All right,
you.
All
so
right, you
let
gonna
me
take
take
another
another
caller?
call. All right,
Oh, let's
cool.
go. This thing might have
All
to
right,
be
cool.
2 hours, y'all, because 1 hour is not enough, man. I think it might need to go 2
All
hours
right,
to give
peace.
everybody at least 10 minutes because the 5 minute might be a
Stay
little
clean,
short.
bro. Stay
Yeah.
clean. Stay clean.
Thank you, brother.
Don't pick
All right.
up.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace. Let's get one more. Well, I mean, how much time y'all got? If y'all got to go, I mean, I'm pretty good for another 15, 20.
Yeah, 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, I'm good for.
Okay, good. So we got 15 minutes left, y'all, and we're going to get this thing more scheduled, you know what I'm saying? So maybe next week we're going to do 8 to 10. We're going to take a Bushwick Bill decline. He came in.
And Angie, you know, I want you to read 120 lessons, all right?
Oh, okay.
Just Google it and it'll come up.
Oh, no, yeah. Well, she can't get it like that, God. She got to start with the history of the father first.
Yeah, no. I understand that, but I just wanted to read that first. But then,
Okay.
if she embraces it, then you give her that.
Oh, I'm going to read it.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right. Let's see who we got here. I think the real D Bugs. Then we tag somebody in. I think maybe everybody got to work by now. Oh, she's saying kicking Bushwick Bill out for whatever reason. All right, we get right next to you, Bushwick, in a second. Pardon myself, brother. Pace, welcome to the Rugged Road to Recovery.
Yo. You called me at the wrong time, pimp.
You requested it, pimp.
No, I did or whatever, but I was looking for sooner than that or whatever. I got to be out the house in like 20 minutes.
Day,
but before I leave, hold on. I got something to say. I'll give you 5 minutes.
Give yourself 5 minutes, brother. I'm just tuning you in to speak to the people.
Peace. Yeah. Well, pretty much what I really listened to what everybody was saying and everything, and I believe just like the last person said, pretty much when you focus on the good things or whatever, the things that make you happy, and you know what I mean, and you just think about those good things all the time or whatever, you continue to do those things or whatever, and you keep yourself around positive things, you tend to you know what I mean, do positive things, or you be around somebody that's doing more than you do.
Right, but see, check it out.
And
I agree with you, right? Right, but we gotta be the devil's advocate, right? Sometimes being around somebody that's doing so good actually makes you think less of yourself sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Because now you're influenced, right? And you're picking up another addiction, or you're dealing with another addiction influence. Yo, this thing gotta come within you. And you know, you can't give it to nobody. My mother was on drugs probably my whole life. Not my whole life, majority of my life, right? And anything I wanted to give, I couldn't give that because it's a disease. And once I got older, the understanding was the disease, it made me deal with a lot of things different. I looked at a lot of people that I might have thought is a bum, or I might have thought was a crackhead. And you know what I'm saying? I didn't take the time to say, how did they get there? So when we look at people and we see them in a condition, whether it's one leg, one arm, one eye, or homeless, right? We need to let our human side kick in first and have empathy to say, how did they get there? And how can I get them back? And if that's not your everyday goal, nothing you're going to do is going to work. Because let me tell you something. Anything without a purpose ain't going to go. I did music or everything, man, until there's a purpose behind it. You know what I mean? What?
I I mean, even then, regardless of anything that you know what I mean,
Have you ever
what
done
you
drugs?
went through. Like, remember the
Have you ever
first
done
time.
drugs? I mean, real drugs.
Nah, but my family was so much around it and everything. And see the way I looked at it, when I see the problems, like my uncle had guns, my uncle was smoking weed, my uncle did everything, my
You didn't
aunt,
want to do
you
it.
know what I mean? Like these the people
That's
that
good. That's good. You're strong. You're strong. Right? Me, I was the opposite. My whole
exactly.
family did it, right? And I still had to
But
touch it because I need to feel it to say, oh, this is really hot. And two is hot to me. I can look at somebody else boiling sweat. It's hot in here. And I'm the type of person that I gotta go get hot myself in
I
order.
think
So
I
you're
think
strong,
what
man. I commend you for that.
I think what he's trying to say is like no matter what you see around you, he stood out of that even though he saw it around him all the time. And I think what Shyheim is trying to say is that sometimes no matter what you try to avoid, it's sometimes it's impossible to avoid. And unless you've done drugs, you will not know the feeling of being like, or if you're an addict. Some people could do drugs and not become addicted, right? Some people do drugs every weekend, they're good. And then another thing, what Shyheim was
right.
saying about not judging people based on the way they look, because let me tell you something, drugs humbled me, because before drugs I was like, I'm better than her, I'm better than him, I'm cuter, I got more money out. And drugs humbled me. But when you haven't done drugs, sometimes people who haven't done drugs will look at a person who's done drugs or is on drugs and be like, ew, crackhead ass bitch. Meanwhile, you don't know that, you know?
nah, yeah. See, I'm the type of person I will give them because I've grown. You know, you was in elementary school, junior high school. You grow up with these people you play ball with and everything. But when you see them shift, it's like it becomes an issue. But it's like when you do see them, you always give them that positive energy. Well, listen, I understand you in this and everything. Here's a couple of dollars and everything. Come to this event I got going or whatever. You know what I mean? When certain people look at the positivity, they tend to it'll bring them towards the positivity because they be like, well, I used to be like that, and if they could do it, I could do it. You know what I mean? Sometimes that type of energy or whatever will pull them away from it. Like even like I would take it back because when I was going through that situation and I saw people doing what they was doing, the first time I met you, Shyheim, I was 10 years old when you used to be with that guy that always had glasses with the long hair, and y'all was at DJ Red Alert joint, and I believe it was Sugar Hill somewhere. And you took a picture with me, and you told me to keep doing what I'm doing or whatever. Because the first time I started doing something, I was doing it with my father when it came down to music. So the following time that I seen you, we met each other at Video Music Box. So before when you had came home the first time and everything, it was like, you know what I mean? Like yeah, and yo, keep doing what you're doing. We gonna link up and this is what we gonna do. And you saw the positivity. You understand what I'm saying? And it kind of it drove you to go out there and want to do more, whatever, because of the things that you seen. You saw how these negative things was actually bringing you down, and you wanted to lift yourself up. You know what I mean? That's that
You know what
energy
I love
I'm talking
about
about.
meetings, right? Because you come in for 5 minutes and take 10. See how good
Yeah,
this is for us? You lost track of your
gotta
time,
start,
baby.
we
So
gotta
that's
put
why
a
you really
timer
doing
because
what you're supposed to be
All right,
doing.
what's up?
yes, but that
Thank
was
you,
great.
brother.
That was
Let me
great.
take one more caller. We're gonna take one more caller for the day. Close us out. Live life. Give thanks. Yes. All right, brother. Peace, brother. D Close.
You
Appreciate you,
already
man.
know.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right,
Yeah,
big.
All right.
exit it. Thank you for coming on.
Uh,
Guys, can I say something real quick? Can we try to?
Yeah.
Listen. I understand that I get it. There's fans. People want to talk to people. They want to communicate. This is for recovering addicts and shit. Like mostly, I get it. I understand, man. Listen, if it was me, I'd be like, oh my god, like I want
But
to
you
too.
know
But
what though, Ange? You got a lot of people that need help with everything.
yeah, you're
You
right. You're
might
right. No,
get
but
some
what I'm
people
saying,
on here, right?
what I'm
That
saying
go
is,
to jail all the time.
yeah, but
They,
you know,
that's the
but
worst
what I'm
thing
saying
in the
is
world.
for the couple of people that just
Good
came on.
morning, people. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning,
Come
good
on,
morning.
peace.
And salute to everybody on this, man. Shy, you
peace.
know what it's here for. I love you, brother.
Peace. Thank you. Welcome to the Rugged Road to Recovery. Our moderator, we got Flo. We got the great God, Knowledge Build in the building. for the
Big.
Rugged Road to Recovery. How you doing, my brother? Good seeing you. Let the people know who you be, what's your story, where you come from, and give your spill, brother, and take us out of here for the Rugged Road to Recovery first meeting.
No doubt. Well, you know what it is, man. My name's Sleep, man. I'm straight out the town, Stapleton, America, man. You know, I was brought up, I ran around with Shy when I was younger, man, the whole family, man. And we seen a lot, been through a lot, man. And to be here just to talk with y'all, man, it's a blessing, man. I thank you for this, Shy, man. This is a beautiful thing you got going on here, man. Because all of us been through the struggle, man. You seen mine, I seen yours, brother. It's real, man. You know, we was in that epidemic of the dust. We was in that epidemic of the crack. You know what I'm saying? We was around all of that. And, you know, it's a blessing for us to be here and to talk about it, man, and try to improve on what's going on instead of letting that get to our minds, you know. And I ain't going to kill the 5 minutes. I know it's a time limit here,
No, it's all
you
good. It's a
know.
great bill,
Talk.
right? And this also one thing I want to put out there, and for the older people that's in this show, right? Because I am counting on y'all, the guests and everybody that's 21 and over adults. Please help the Rugged Road to Recovery prevention for the youth from the ages 10 to 18 for prevention. So yeah, we're dealing with things that we went through already and tell our story, but let's give it back and do the Rugged Road to Recovery prevention for the youth. So everybody come on, I'm counting on y'all to help me help the youth.
Yes.
You know,
Go
I'm
ahead,
here
man.
for you
Go
for
ahead.
anything, my brother.
Yes. All right, continue your bill. My bad. I just
Continue.
wanted
Yeah,
to get that.
continue.
Nah, it's all love, man. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta do some positive because we lost a lot of stuff. We don't got community centers. We don't have a lot of things that we had coming up, you know? And the kids need that. So long as we keep our
That's
brain
what it
hard
is.
with
That's
these
what the Rugged
kids,
Road to Recovery is.
you
We
know what I'm
bringing
saying?
that
That's
back.
what we
We
gotta
bringing
do.
that back.
You
Yeah.
know, salute the True to Life, salute to everybody doing what they gotta do for the Allen, man, and trying to get these kids right, man.
Are
Because trust
you
me.
involved with the kids program? You're involved with
Oh
it?
yes, I'm
So can
involved
you
with a lot of different
for
organizations.
somebody who's never been in this and doesn't know, can you explain how they can help and what we can do to help? Like what's the process?
Listen, all you have to do is look up charities. You'll find everything you can find.
Well, see,
If
this is
you
what
want
we're
to
gonna
really
do. This is what we're gonna do. This is the charity, the Rugged Road to Recovery.
Okay.
There's nothing else but this. Salute to everybody else that's out there attacking violence and attacking every other issue. But this issue is about substance abuse disorder and recovery mental health disorder. And because you know, like I know, it's 1,000 people in the penitentiary, right? But 900 of them sick. It's only 100 gangsters. It's not
We gotta
addicts.
hold an event.
So,
We gotta hold an event ASAP.
and the kids are the kids that's well are our children. So we got hit with the crack in the 90s and they took us to put us in penitentiaries and left our kids out here by themselves. Now our kids had kids. Where did direction go? We lost it. So that's why it's important for us that lost our way to do the prevention for the kids so they don't lose their way. And that's what it's about. And it's the Rugged Road to Recovery, prevention, and the road, nothing else. Not to say to take away from anybody else, but that's what we focus on. We taking the donations. If you want us to come to your city and speak, if you want us to pop up in your city and do a meeting, that's what we're doing. For the kids, we're doing it for the adults and for the community.
But yo, Shy, you know what we got to do though. Honestly speaking, for the kids, take them out of the hood this summer. Take them on bus rides. Take them to things. You know they don't do that no more. We got to go get the kids. Take them on bus rides. Take them to Bear Mountain.
No. See, that's
right
the
by
problem.
Bear
Hold
Mountain.
on,
me?
I live right here.
No, hold on. I ain't taking them to nowhere. I ain't taking them to play. I ain't taking them. I
No,
ain't giving. Hold on, let me
exactly.
finish. Hold on, Lord. Let me finish my spill, right?
All
My
right.
spill real
All
quick,
right.
right? This is my take because I see it. I ain't here to give no books. I ain't here to give no turkeys, no bikes. I ain't here to take you on no trips at all. If you're gonna learn something, you're gonna learn financial literacy. We're going to teach them how to open up bank accounts and buy properties. Y'all want to play with them? Play with them. I'm not here to play with them because I had this opportunity and I lost that opportunity. So I have to protect every rugged child out there because they didn't protect me. And that's it. So I'm not here to play.
Wait.
I don't want to go to water parks. I don't want to do that.
Hold
I
on,
wanna
hold on,
get busy.
hold on. I don't think he was saying for us to take them. I think what he's saying is for, like, I always preach to the parents and say, hey, take your kids outside, go to the park, like, stop being like your parents were sitting at home all day long, watching your phone
On
and TV
video
on
game.
Facebook.
You know, just give them the internet and go with it, man.
That's
Okay.
the wisdom, all right?
My bad. I stand corrected. I
No,
was saying
that's the wisdom.
about the program. I
No,
wasn't
now's
saying
the
about
wisdom,
me.
dog. Now's the wisdom, though. Right?
Listen.
When they put these video games out, right? The video games was put out here to destroy the youth's mind. With them shooting guns in the videos and killing this stuff. This is where they get their aim from.
Listen. We could say the video games, rap music, everything's destroying the minds. It's not up to what's going on in the world.
We was growing up, we was outside more.
Well, but let me
Wasn't
tell you
all this
something. Right now,
negativity like it is.
listen, we
And
always
you know what's crazy? They're gonna say the people before us is gonna say, well, when we was doing what we was doing this, and they was bugging out.
Listen, you guys,
40 ounces in blood.
Real quick, let me say this. The influences that we have outside of us are always going to be there. Listen, the world is perfect as it is. This is the way the world is supposed to be. You might think it's good, you might think it's bad. You just need to be in the middle and understand that the influences will always be there. It is not up to the world to teach your children. It's not. It starts in the home. It starts in the home, okay? You could be around a bunch of smart people, intelligent people. You can watch all the positive stuff. If your mother doesn't wake up in the morning and say, like I do to my daughter, baby, when you go to school today, you treat everybody with respect. And if somebody don't have a friend, go talk to that person. And if you don't do that and you don't teach your kids from the inside out, I don't give a shit what they're listening to. Because I grew up with Foxy Brown talking about eat my pussy, and then now you got this Cardi B talking about eat my pussy. Everybody's always been talking about eating pussy.
You know what it is? We have to realize in this day and time, right, that the black family is dysfunctional right now.
It's not just the black family.
You got grandmothers that's in the clubs with their
It's blacks. It's
every family.
Listen.
Go ahead.
My religion teaches me to help those who can't help themselves. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be who I am.
Well,
so if you see a kid, you gotta help him.
Brother, okay.
I'm listening.
Religion
There's
is
no such thing as a religion. It's a way of life, God.
So your duty is to teach. Your duty, the only duty I have is to teach all families of the planet Earth civilization.
Right.
So indeed, but you got God.
Listen, my duty is to say peace to everybody I come into and civilize all the families of the planet.
Let me tell you something.
It's up to everybody else.
Let me tell you why I want to open up my Flow School for the Gifted, for children and for adults. I'm gonna tell you why. Because our school system it teaches you false lies, fake history. Your books are not real. Everything they teach you is a lie. Okay? And I'm sorry to say this. I'm gonna say this, and I don't give a shit what anybody thinks. So do a lot of our religious texts lie to us because people think it's the original word of God. No, man had his hand in every single book out there. So what we need to do is get these kids out of here, and we need to open up a school that's teaching them love, respect, kindness, how to handle life.
And all the things that Shyheim said they need to know.
Hey, Flo, the rugged road to recovery. That's where we're going. The house.
We gotta open up a space.
There's a house being built now. This is not just for a podcast. This is just to get the awareness out. But there's going to be a real house in communities that people could go, so they don't have to stand on the corners and have idle time. And with idle time comes idle play.
That's the devil's time.
Yeah, so come to the Rugged Road to Recovery House. Guess what's going to be there all the time? People who know how to work. So instead of dudes that's standing on the corner waiting to get picked up to go do little handiwork, they can come into the program, chill out, drink some coffee, build and talk to like-minded people, and those that's looking for work can come by, pick the brothers up, and you can get
them up right there.
And all the information will be here. So we got to give them a place. All right, it's 9:30. Yeah. Everybody for tuning into the Rugged Road to Recovery. I feel every day is a
Salute to y'all,
successful
man. I
weekend. We
appreciate
even hit
that.
10 people, but we had very good numbers for the first time. Thank you, Flo, Knowledge, Bill, Sleepy, and all the guests that was on here. I will see
Amazing.
y'all
Always.
next week.
Absolutely
Get ready
amazing.
and get ready for the Rugged Road to Recovery pop up the last Wednesday of the month, March.
Yes.
Peace.
All right, guys. We
Peace.
love you. Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys later.
All
Bye.
right, Angie. Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, wait. Give Thanks is out right now. Shameless plug.
Yeah,
Give Thanks. If you
definitely
like the
give
sickness,
thanks,
your
man.
business, go cop that.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
Go cop
yeah.
that. Go cop that. All right,
No
guys. I
doubt.
Give
love you.
thanks.